Oh yeah. Bringing it back. Let's have some fun. Let's do some stream. All right, guys, we got some fun history today. We got some continuation of Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Let's go ahead and boot up Crusader Kings 3. But there's one thing I always like to remind myself every time I crack open a nice, warm, room temperature tub of Sneak Energy. I'm not just drinking it. I'm at this point baselining it. So this stream has been brought to you by Sneak Energy, guys. Let's have some fun here today. Dude, I don't know if they've watched any of these just yet, but they're probably like, what did we do? What mistake did we make giving this guy product? So we're waiting for Crusader Kings 3 to boot up, and then we will have some fun with some history lessons here today. Let me switch this on over. Here we go. I'm actually even wearing one of their sweaters because this is they sent some shirts and sweaters. I sent one shirt, one sweater. And it might be, I haven't owned a pullover sweater in forever, and it's amazing here. What's going on, Crusader Kings? You don't want to boot up? I need it to talk about the map. I don't boot up Crusader Kings when we're listening to the music because then it plays through. I could just mute the music on Crusader Kings, but that would be an intelligent thing to do. So, our history lesson today is going to be about the origins of the Anglo-Saxons, because we're talking about Uhtred, son of Uhtred here, born as a Saxon, raised as a Dane, and I think it kind of just makes a lot of sense to. Let me reboot Crusader Kings while this is going on. I think it just makes a lot of sense to do that. Oh, well, great. Well, we'll just see what happened. I don't know if you guys can see it. It just like pushed through. I think it's because I was loading in some of the mods. But let's go ahead and take a look at that donation here real quick while this kind of forces itself to load. Oh man, what an amazing little donation here. So $25 from Taylor and Annie Rash saying, my husband watches you all the time and I think you deserve this for your great content. Well, thank you very much. That was very, very nice of you. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Huge donation to start us off with a $25 big one. Drinking all the product. Never get high on your own supply, guys. That is a life lesson for y'all. Okay, so I'm actually gonna press a new game to talk about the map. It'll help me out for purposes of purposes. So, what's up, Fury? How are you? So, in this conversation, this is a little bit further along than where we would be in normal history, right? Because I also have a little map we're going to look at in just a little bit. But to talk about the history of the Anglo-Saxons, we have to talk about the end of the Roman occupation of Britain. And this starts around 410 AD, about the same year as the sacking of Rome by the Visigoths. Now, this is kind of earmarked as the end of the Roman Empire, which we've talked about before when we talked about the Eastern Roman and the Byzantine empires, right? Or Byzantine empires. It's not the end of the Romans, because the sacking of the Visigoth, or the sacking of Rome by the Visigoths happened, and the Eastern Roman Empire, which the head of the empire had moved to, really. Rome was no longer seen as the civic capital, it was seen as the spiritual capital. Remember, in 410 AD, Rome had converted to Christianity. It was the state religion. So, Rome was a spiritual, and Constantinople was the civic head of the empire. And for the most part, Rome had considered the western portions of their borders secure. They didn't care anymore. They had completely, I would say for the most part, Rome had extended up to this point with the, not the Agatha Wall. There's a second wall outside of Hadrian's Wall that had progressed to this point in Scotland, and they couldn't hold it, and it pushed it back here to Hadrian's Wall, which it extends here to here or here to here. I can't remember. Oh, it's right here. There's Hadrian's actual wall in the game. So it extended to this location, and that was Rome. Rome encompassed England and Wales, well, portions of Wales, All of this over here, they considered that completely captured. They didn't worry about it. Rome's focus was over here on the east, fighting a lot of the Persian Empire. That was their primary concern. Scythians and people from up north here, the steppes. That was like Scythians. That's a little too early. That was their chief concern. So, in 410 AD, you have the abandoning of England by the Romans. And we've talked about this too when it came to the Eastern Roman Empire. When the Romans stopped existing in locations, and mainly with the collapse of the Western Empire, you've got the Iberian Peninsula, you've got Gaul, which all kind of falls away from the Western Roman Empire. And for I'd say about the size here of West Francia, there existed a small little portion of Rome that kind of held out and said, no, we're still Rome. We're just waiting for them to kind of think things over. But for the most part, the people kind of had their own lands. But they considered themselves still Roman citizens for a good couple generations, probably like one or two. And through that, you get the rise of what Crusader Kings 3 calls the Brythonic culture group. And this is the Britons that are a combination of the native Britons of England and Roman civilization. So you have written history in Latin. You have got a standardized approach to both warfare, to the civics of everything, and you also have got, did I say written history? I did. And you've got Christianity. So some of the linchpins of Roman society are still present. So this Brythonic group gets invaded from the east, from the North Sea, which is right over here, right? This is the North Sea. It even says it in the game. This is right here. From mainly these locations right here. And prior to the formation of the Danes, you have a different culture group here, the Jutes, J-U-T-E-S. Of course, the Geats, I think, were over here. I can't remember what the Geats were. I remember if it was Geats up here or Geats over here to here. Because that's how Beowulf went. He went over the sea to go to the Geats. I don't remember what it was anymore. It's not important. The Geats weren't in England. I'm a little ahead of myself. But again, you've got the Jutes, the Angles, or the Anglos, and Frisians from Frisia. I heard it's actually pronounced Frisia. So let me know if I mispronounced that. And then you've got the Saxons. And they're all roughly from these locations right here. This kind of makes it up right there. And from there, they invade this portion of England. Jutland, yes, of Denmark. And this portion over here becomes England, or English Saxon, as you can imagine, because this is called East Anglia. English Anglia. This over here becomes English Saxon, and this right here becomes English Jute. And there's a little bit of other kind of smattering of cultures in this location. But these are the kind of places where everyone falls from the what soon to become the Anglo-Saxon civilization, or I guess culture group if you want to look at it that way. So that is why when we look at this map, when we see East Anglia, it's because that is the primary location that the Angles landed upon. And the map goes on to look something like this by the time we get to the end of the 500s AD. Where's the display capture? There it is. So the map looks something like this. And remember, we've talked about this before when we were talking about the Picti, and we were talking about the Dalrida and the kind of the Goidelic or Celtic kind of culture group that goes across this whole area here, right? But we talked about how England was split in half by the Britons and the Anglo-Saxons. Anglo-Saxons on the east, mainly with Bernicia and Dira, the two primary big. You can see here's the kind of split of everything. Angles going all the way up the coast, Frisians landing down here, and then Franks going all the way over here into West Saxon areas. So I got this map because I looked at just the split, but I didn't realize that it shows you pretty much culturally where they all landed around what time. So it's actually really, really cool. I didn't see that. But this is really important because the people that landed, the Saxons before they became, Anglo-Saxons as we know them, are essentially a people that is still very tied to the Northern Germanic approach to civilization. There's no written word. There is a belief system that is thought to be a derivative, or at least very similar to the exact same Norse pantheon, or Asatru as we see in the game, because their chief deity is Woden, or Odin. There's kind of a similarity there, right? Very similar traits and qualities, a slight couple of deviations and differences. So when you're actually watching stuff like Last Kingdom, or you watch Vikings, they even talk about this a little bit, right? Like, you don't worship Christ, you worship Woden, because that was prominent before Christ became a part, or Christianity became a part of the Anglo-Saxon civilization. And Anglo-Saxons, though, intermarried, they landed, they made actual claims to these lands, and they became kings of this kind of region. And with it, they brought a lot of stuff. They brought their warfare, which we'll get into a little bit, but they also brought their approach to, I don't want to say civics because it's not necessarily the proper term, but the Britons still held on to a lot of the ideals and approach to everything that the Romans used. Saxons brought about the kind of typical medieval feudal contract, or at least feudal approach to stuff, where you had a chieftain at the very top, which eventually goes on to become called king, and king is derivative of the word kin, C-Y-N-N, which means like family lineage, and this individual is the ruling class above everyone, and below everyone is, you've got farmers, merchants, masons, general kind of handymen, tradesmen of some sort, and then below them you have a slave class. So that was like pretty much your three delineations as it went, and the king ruled over all. Just looking at chat real quick. But as these civilizations kind of merged and married, the Anglo-Saxons brought over this belief system, and that kind of intermixed with the Britons. They brought over this hierarchical social structure that then supplanted the ones the Britons were using, and the Britons, though, brought into the Anglo-Saxons the ability to read and write, the written history of the land. Prior to this, it was all done through word of mouth. Even though this is the 450 to 500 AD kind of timestamp, they're still heavily reliant upon word of mouth. There was no developed written language for any of these tribes, I guess you could call them. It's kind of not fair to call them tribes, but any of the Jutes, the Angles, the Saxons, the Frisians, the Franks, get them all? Yeah. As I look at my notes over there. And a lot of words start to intermix between the two. That's why when you have to look at a couple things in history. When people kind of use the term, oh, it's been anglicized. That's not the proper term. It's not to make it white. It's to make it kind of like the vernacular, to be understood by a cross-culture gap. That's why we look at a lot of names. Like when we look at almost all of the Norse names, we're looking at some version of the Norse name. We're not looking at their anglicized name. And the term anglicized derives from the need to bring it into a common speaking pattern, or again, vernacular, or at least a colloquialism, so it's easier to understand across these gaps. And with that, we get a lot of different and really cool kind of similarities in the old style of Anglo-Saxon words to our common, vernacular, to use that word a third time. Clans may fit better. That's a good part. That's a good point, Mark. Like Tuesday, which is representative of Tuesday, the actual deity for the Anglo-Saxons, or Thursday, which comes from Thor's Day. So you have a lot of these things that intermix across the way, such as stuff like, I think, Draco from Dragon, this from Giant. This stuff goes on to make parts of the names of these locations too. A lot of the naming conventions for Anglo-Saxon cities and towns was derived off of honoring their pantheon. And eventually that Christianity starts to seep its way into Anglo-Saxon life. And this is, of course, around 450-500 AD. This is what it looks like. Eventually this all becomes, for the most part, for the exception of Wales, Cornwall, and Strathclyde almost entirely Anglo-Saxon. Northumbria, for the most part, becomes a really big kind of smattering of Briton, Picty, and Anglo-Saxon, depending on what portion you're looking at. But there's a really important thing to understand about Christianity. The kind of bullshit you see today where someone goes, well, Jesus Christ wasn't white. Yeah, the people, that is a known fact, because if you go to look at a church in India, you get an Indian representation of Christ. Christ didn't have a beard and long hair until he was used primarily to help convert Anglo-Saxons, Norse. Basically, Christ is supposed to take on the shape and form of whatever they're trying to convert. It helps to kind of make it identifiable and say, oh, well, he kind of looks like me. Why don't I just join this? That has been used as a tool for hundreds and hundreds of years in Christianity. That's why when we look at the typical kind of imagery of Jesus Christ in Christianity, he has a beard, he has long hair. Just like Norse, the Vikings invading into Britain had, that were primarily trying to be converted, the Anglo-Saxons had, as they were being converted by the Britons. So it's still being used today. There are interpretations of Jesus Christ with multiple arms in portions of the world that have Hindu as their primary chief religion. It creates, again, familiarity and makes it easier for conversion, which is kind of crazy, right? So what this all kind of leads to is what we get in the movie or the show Last Kingdom. We get multiple pockets of kingdoms ruled over by Anglo-Saxon kings. And these Anglo-Saxon kings rule over the land for a good portion of time, right? Until the Viking invasions that start in 734 AD, something around there, 730s, 740s. And that progresses, of course, until we get what is considered the end of the Viking Age in 1066 with the Battle of Stamford Bridge. But one important thing to kind of talk about real quick is the warfare that the Anglo-Saxons brought over. The Britons, for the most part, just used sword and shield, and that was really it. They had a smattering of other ranged weapons, but it was very ramshackle. They didn't have a very structured combat system because they relied on the Romans to do that, and there wasn't much need for conflict once the Romans were there. After they left, it was more like, oh, you don't agree, I don't agree, let's just throw our armies at each other, whatever they were. Anglo-Saxons is where you get stuff like the fjords, which kind of actually originates more from what's his name? He's in the game. He starts in he becomes the King of Wessex. He's in the show. Alfred the Great. The fjord kind of came a little bit more from Alfred the Great, which was the ability to summon up a militia. But in the show Last Kingdom, they talk about the shield wall, right? How, oh man, the Danes, they came and they formed the double shield wall and they killed, what's his name? Not Daniel Craig, but the other guy from, oh god, what's his name? I have to find it right now. Children of Men. Who is it? Who is the actor? Clive Owen. They kill Clive Owen. It's not even Clive Owen they kill. They kill the other guy who looks like Clive Owen, but was actually in the movie or the show Pillars of whatever. God, I'm all over the place. But the Danes, there's no evidence of them knowing how to create a shield wall, let alone a moving, working, functioning testudo. Those things they require an immense amount of military discipline and training. The only way that the Romans were able to pull it off is because by the time they had created this and started to use it in mass, they had created a government subsidized military force. That's the first of really the ancient world. So the Danes, who we talked about before, right? The Viking raiders were primarily farmers. These guys listened, but they didn't have the level of discipline and control to form shield walls. Anglo-Saxons, on the other hand, still couldn't quite use it. They eventually developed it. By 1066 AD, with the Battle of Hastings and Stamford Bridge, the Normans remark that the Anglo-Saxons lined up on the whole hillside with a shield wall. So it's a little common misconception with that show that makes you think that the Danes are these shield wall badasses and the Anglo-Saxons are just these dudes with small shields. Like, it's kind of what it looks like, right? Like, oh, look at this little guy. this little guy. So it's really an interesting kind of juxtaposition because the Anglo-Saxons brought over fighting with bows and arrows, slings, namely javelins. They did use a shield wall, probably not at the beginning in 600 AD, but they did develop one, and they used it to very good effect. It allowed them to repel the Vikings. The Vikings rampaged up and down, of course, the eastern coast of England, but at the end of the day, they did repel the Vikings. And the Anglo-Saxons are really what enabled England to become a unified force. Of course, the Norman conquest and then supplanting of that civilization or culture over with Norman culture is something to talk about, but still, Anglo-Saxons are what essentially unite all these lands under one banner, creating the perfect storm for William the Conqueror to take over at the Battle of Hastings. But there it is. That's our history lesson for today. Let's get started on the stream. Oops. One sec, guys. So that was about 28 minutes. Let's put that here in the description now so I don't miss it. Perfect. All right, let's get back to Uhtred, son of Uhtred. They were common, but they were not common for the Britons to use. Like I was saying, the Britons didn't really have a standardized kind of means to fighting. What the hell's going on here? Exit to main menu. There we go. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Someone else just became a member, though. Village Idiots, thank you very much for becoming a new member of the channel, dude. Really appreciate it. What are my sources? Various articles online, Fried Chicken. I don't have the wherewithal to post a bibliography in the middle of a live stream. If you want to know more about it, Google it. Find it from there. Who says that, man? There is a link. So if you have not yet purchased the Northern Lords DLC, you can use the link in my description. Edie, I got Moderna. Dude, see, I love Last Kingdom, even though I know my armor is okay. It's sore, but not too bad at all. It hurts to kind of go past a certain point. It is terribly inaccurate, but I love every bit of it. Like Last Kingdom is probably one of my favorite shows. One of my favorite shows because it has that Game of Thrones like, uh-oh, what's going to happen? And it doesn't end up ripping your heart out, right? Like you watch Game of Thrones, like, uh-oh, what's going to happen? And 7 of your favorite characters die. But in Last Kingdom, uh-oh, what's going to happen? And it all ends up okay, like for the most part. I mean, dude, there are characters who die, of course, but it's not nearly as brutal. So I turned on all of our mods. We're going to see if they work here today. They should all be fine. Let's go ahead and unclick these. I can have them fight. If checked, not that great fighters can serve as knight. Now we'll have them fight. If checked, my heir can serve as a knight. I don't want him to fight. If checked, my spouse can. Can. I want them to fight. Yeah, I want them to fight. Good. And okay, my council I don't want to fight. Council and exclude my marshal. Hey Andre, thank you very much, dude. Got another new member of the channel, guys. I got I got some emojis right now on the channel for anyone who becomes a member. But the gentleman who made the my mod list isn't that right. Let me grab my mod list for you guys real quick too. The gentleman who made the intro cinematic, the little intro thing, he's gonna be making new new emojis and new icons, and I'm also going to be adding in membership tiers. So for those people that want to, because some people tell me like, hey, put in like higher tiers, I want to do more, I will be adding that for you. That will be there for you. Oh, the mod list is in my description, Edie. What are the keys to follow a party? And cavalry charges seem to be deadlier compared to 4 to 5 months ago. The cavalry charges are pretty devastating, but you're going to alt left click another party and you'll follow them. Niblet. You love that, Ginger Steve? That's all you, man. That's you. That is all you. Steve sent on over some green face paint and... Oh, he sent over green face paint and the ears. And I bought a blonde wig. And I was going to be a elf in the last DLC that we did the Ever Chosen for Total War Warhammer. But it kind of got a little messed up. How long is going to be this series? Probably about 10 episodes or so. Sonic Sheep, how are you doing, dude? Okay, so let's take a look at what we got going here. So we got... Wars, we can take concubines, the truce is ending soon. I mean, does that matter? Oh, yeah, I see what it is. Oh, he's kind of gotten a little horny over there. He's expanded. I think our goal here is to take over the rest of the Northern Isles. It's going to be dicey, but I think we can do it just fine. And that way we can create that second duchy if we so wish. But after we take out these isles, I think what we'll do is we'll assign our first vassals. We don't have any vassals right now, which is kind of cool. Like, I own all of Iceland. It's all my territory, which is nice, and I'm going to keep it that way probably. But I also might move the capital because it's difficult to do a lot of diplomatic stuff with the capital this high up. The new mechanic, right? Which one are you going to keep? What are you saying? What do you mean, Matt? Mark, thank you very much, man. Guys, thank you very, very much, all for becoming members of the channel. It does help me out a ton because it's basically like saying, hey, YouTube's algorithm is insane, so here is reliable income every month. What did you mean by giving up on Iceland? Redfish, I'm stoked you like him, man. He's a great dude. The painting coach is one of the best. I mean, we have to take all this. Our objective is to secure the High Kingdom of the North Sea. I love Eurovision. I didn't know if Eurovision was going to be any good, but it was amazing. The Adventure War? Oh, yeah, we won't be doing any Varangian adventures in this campaign. Well, I mean, we could. I mean, I could do a Varangian adventure down here in Mercia. Which, to be totally honest, is not a terrible idea. I could even do it into Wessex. We can't do it, Matt, because Bebbanburg is owned by another Norse society, and you can't do an adventure on them. Oh man, Suthayar has really gotten all over the place. They're huge. Of course, Matt. No problem, dude. I mean, I could do a Varangian Venture on any one of these little shits. I could do Cornwall. But using the Varangian event, like here, let's save this real quick. Well, it's already saved. Let me show you guys how this works. Oh, I don't even have enough. I was gonna just declare war and show you what happens. Well, here, I'll do this. Long effects, fame penalty 2000. Oh man, that's rough. Well, if I clear it, it should be fine. So see that happens. And I don't think we get any, we don't get any special troops because we own nothing in these lands. So what would happen is the objective is now to sack Wessex, to take Wessex. And once we do, everything over here, blue text? Oh shit, whoops, wrong button. So yeah, so the Northern Manager launched their first Varangian Avengers receive up to 2,000 bonus soldiers. The amount going up every same faith, same culture county they completely control within mainland Scandinavia. So that's why we're not really doing. That's why we're not doing a Varangian Adventure, namely because we don't get any bonus troops and we don't have enough troops to really do an impressive one. But our objective then becomes essentially Winchester. And if we take this duchy, we take the Duchy of Wessex, everything over here becomes independent. We lose it. So that's how the Varangian Adventure works. It basically completely supplants where you live and you move somewhere else. What happened over here? So Heston went on an adventure. Let's find him. Where did you... Someone typed it. Hey, what's up, Piglet? How you doing, dude? I need the actual... Can someone type that special AE for Heston? He goes on adventures somewhere and then he just gets lost. I never know where he goes. Oh, is he still there? Oh, he's still here. How did he die? Failed treatment. Damn. So never mind. I thought that this... Oh, I was looking... That's why I was looking at this map. I was like, man, Heston's gone already? Yeah, so he's there. Are you ever going to play... Yeah, Ape. Yeah, man. I'll get there, dude. Wait a minute. That wasn't the right look. That was weird. A lot of people have asked me for Imperator. I haven't gotten to it because there's tons of stuff to cover right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and I think we take out these locations and just grab them now before someone else does. I'm good, Sam. How are you doing, dude? Jutland and Orkneyar. Orkneyar. I know it becomes the island of Orkney. Okay, so let's just do... And again, this will be the very first time that we'll have to deal... Ooh, why is it... Oh, so they have an alliance together. Interesting. Can he afford... No, he can barely afford mercenaries. Well, Sam, thank you very much, man. I always really appreciate that. That's really, really nice. We'll declare this war. I think, actually... So I need 2. So I could get the second one. Dr. Gojira, you're limited to your actual what's it called? Diplomatic range. Your diplomatic range is the range of your adventure. Oh, you want me to do a double war, huh, Outpost? I was just going to do one at a time and then make the title, but okay, all right. Try that. Brian, thank you very much, man. I am 100% Italian-American. Uhtred does a war on 2 fronts? Oh, no. Where did this come from? Where's this mystical 2000 special soldiers? I in no way like what's happening right now. Where does he have special soldiers? Oof, that's not gonna be good. Well, let's just see what happens here. That's really weird. What special soldiers does he get? Maybe they added them special. Maybe they added special soldiers to them. There's no ally on the mainland of England. Look. Oh, Suthrayar. The flag I thought was, it totally threw me off. Okay, so we'll raise our armies. No, we won't. We'll raise our armies over here. That's bad. Yeah, rip that idea for sure. I was like, it's the same flag. What's going on? It's the 3 little horns, or the 3 ships. That's the 2 ships. But Uhtred goes a-sailing. Uhtred does indeed. Alright, so they brought those guys into the fight. So if I can... okay, this is going to get spicy. Because I still have the recently disembarked penalty. But I think we... Oh, no. Whoa. What's going on here? He wasn't supposed to be in there. Oh. So that's the one thing that I don't like about the Night Manager. If you don't use it properly... I thought I fixed what I... Oh, I reloaded and I... Ugh. Okay, so we got to do this. Got to go to here. So... My heir cannot fight. My marshal will fight. Right? Do we want my marshal to fight? Yeah, we want him to fight. But anyone on my council does not fight. Yeah, that was just a little issue with the Night Manager here. My children can not want that. Just yet. But average and bad fighters will fight. We don't have enough people to be champions just yet. Your guests? I guess I could invite her. That's a remarkable one. But I have all of these individuals that I need to... My marshal... So I clicked this. Oh, allow. Thank you. To keep him on there. Yeah, this guy was there and he got cut up. Okay. Now we can do this war. Uhtred does not let people who do not... You are not blooded yet. You cannot fight this fight. Has everyone seen the show? Like, I don't want to talk about things and ruin it for anyone who's watching it right now. What's up, Rohirrim? Oh, ref refill just got his head ripped off. Our champion was maimed, or was maimed by. Oh, our champion Fasti killed Nupa. All right, then I won't say anything. Mark, we're gonna make a shield maiden. We'll go through it together. Okay, then I'm not gonna say a damn thing. Gunner, the Spike Master. Gunnar? Terrible. So who got beat up in that? Details. Champion? Okay, so he just got a really cool disfigurement on him. I mean, he's still pretty sweet looking. We lost this guy. So we definitely need to get more champions, and I've got a plan for that. No problem, Spook. Don't worry more. Don't you even worry about it, man. Came right back at me. Got enough soldiers to really kind of blow through this one. Unfortunately, we can't get any good ransom from guys. And what would Uhtred do, right? I feel like he wouldn't go executing left and right. Although he kind of would. You know, there's parts in it where just, kill him, my lord! Like, he does have those little, like, moments of clarity. What is in a name? With the babe cradled in her arms, High Chiefess Theory looks at me, her face the picture of serenity. My love, let us name him Uhtred after you. My other son? Why do you want to name all the sons Uhtredson? Actually had something else in mind. Guthmundur. Sigbjorn. I always love Sigbjorn. But another intelligent little boy. What's with them all having blonde hair? That's a recessive gene. Who are you diddling? Maybe she's got early onset dementia right here. Maybe she's like, oh, let's name this one after you. Oh, okay, sure, babe. The next one, let's just, you know, let's name this one after you. Are you? Did you give birth to our son when you were high? Because that's the second son you wanted to name my... Stop it. So if one gets killed, they can claim he wasn't. I don't think she does, Simmer. Sigbjorn it is. Much better. I don't think she has long hair. Headwear. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. But still, it's a recessive trait. To have all the kids have blonde hair, this is salty. Daryl, my brother Daryl, my sister Daryl. Okay, so what are you, man? You're a good prisoner. You come aboard. Come aboard. Thorther. Thorther? Is that who this guy would be? Thorther? Why don't you drink, have mead, have fun. Make them all Daryl. Alright, so we got more guests we captured. Let's take a look at them. Tyke. He's a good marshal, but we already have. She's Catholic Gaelic. Own time it is. But you know, Ginger, that's important. That's awesome, man. Is this your wife? Concubinage, man. Well, ransom me for your concubine, or would I take your concubine? I would take an important person. No, like in the show, that's what he kind of does, right? He's always like, oh, this person's important. This person is important to the plot. I would hope so, Rohirrim. Hey, Techers, what's up, man? No, you have not missed much. Go. Ben, I don't know. The reason I haven't covered it is because it's just an FLC, so there's not a ton for me to even really cover. And since so many people have covered pretty much everything, I'm kind of like, well, this counselor is about to be assigned. What does that mean? I'm kind of like, well, let's just wait until the next actual DLC. There just doesn't seem to be a huge rush on that. I don't know who can be Seers. That's the Minor Council mod. But I did the patch notes because I was like, well, no one's really covered the patch notes, and there's tons of really good stuff. Okay, prisoners. I'm just basically looking for people that are going to fill positions within the court. It just depends, Ben. Just depends. Oh, yeah. The court champion. Tax collector. Okay, so this can be female. Ooh. So Freddy's might be a good position here. Do that. Who are you? Been arrested for 3 years, huh? Well, that kind of sucks. But you would be an interesting vassal. No problem, Wolf. Yeah, you can find all the mods in my description. And our titles. Master of the Ships. About to get one. It did look like Hagrid from Harry Potter, like, you're a Viking. Okay. I don't know. This counselor is about to be assigned. I'll grab the prisoner. Go ahead. Shoot her. Demand she converts too. Let's see if that does it. I'm trying to figure out what's up with that. Okay. Maybe she can be there? Nope, I don't... What the hell's the thing here? Because if I can't do it because of my title, it would have this symbol. That's funky. This Master of the Ship, though, is pretty cool. Embarkation cost reduction, development growth, or raid speed increase, which is... Wonder what's wrong with that, Andrew? For council, okay, he's working on increasing county control. I'd like to just... Yeah, maybe a bug. But let's go ahead and look at this. Let's grant this to someone. Let's give it to a worthy individual. Who on my court is worthy of owning a land? I mean, Heston's pretty cool here. He doesn't have any kids, though, right? Yeah, not even married. These guys would be nice, but I don't want Anglo-Saxon. Well, Anglo-Saxon's fine, you know? Uhtred, Anglo-Saxon, makes sense. I like to keep it a Norse, though. So let's do this. Let's grant to a Norse. Got a good opinion of me. My son, he would make a great vassal. Give one to a good one and one to a bad one. So the one you make a duke will be a good guy. Mm-hmm. Maybe I do give it to Heston here, and I just get him married. She had an increase from Fecund. 50% infertility increase, and she still had like a low chance of having kids. Versus Year here has a medium chance of having kids. I wonder why. Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll grant the title to this man. He's a good bro. Give him Jutland. And since he's already on the council. Yeah, but she's 33. Okay. She's pregnant. It's not with his kid, that's for sure. Woo! That's a sickly little bastard. She's a fornicator. I invited bad stuff into my court, I'll tell you that. Challenge Chieftain Ketzel to total... So who is... Oh, the Island of Man, huh? So I've only... I don't know if you watched my feature guide video on this, but I am not good at this. This is not easy to do. The Isle of Man, though, is a part of Ivar's place, so we can't do it, but... What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Do we do gold? I mean, a hook on him's not going to benefit anyone. Humiliation is, there's no real benefit to cracking this guy, but I could kill him. Oh my, he's a witch and a murderer? Ooh, man. So we're going to do a duel, but which one do we do, guys? Do we do it to the death to kill him? It means it would pass to his heir, Bjorn Ketilsson. Or do we do it for gold and get 75 gold? Oh, we can't. Yeah, we can only do it to the death. Good call, Outpost. Okay, well, let's do it together. We can walk through this. I'm actually not great at these. Gold I would have done, though. Gold would have been the right call, to be honest. I mean, I've got 24 prowess, so it should be fun. There's a chance that he will. I arrive in the designated spot near Holtmaton in a good time and find Chieftain Kettle is already waiting for me, along with a small entourage of witnesses. Whatever else he may be, Kettle is fit to fight and willing to risk meeting me man to man, because he actually is pretty good at this. I, on the other hand, am amazing at this. Is he infirm? Because look at this, it says old age. Huh, interesting. Remember when I was saying it'd be really cool if prowess gave a penalty for old age? Well, there you go, guys. No, there's one that says old age right here. Yeah, old and wounded. So -7. The formalities are brief. We all know why we're here, and we're long past the point of talking. Weapons are handed out, and our retinues retreat to observe from a safe distance. May the best man win. The trial of combat begins! I don't know what the Shattered World mod is, Helix. You brought it up last time and didn't answer me after that. For a few brief moments, Chieftain Keel and I pace in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I couch my spear, ready to defend myself, while he clutches his axe firmly to hand. Only one of us is walking away from here today, and I intend it to be me. Make the square out of branches, and we shall fight. Yes, Sprout, I definitely will. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Kettle pulls back from my every blow, letting me attack without getting another solid hit in. It's not long before I can feel myself beginning to tire. Okay, so what is this? This is favorable because you of my martial skill. So maggot, you think you can stand against me. Will happen in command. You try to intimidate Kettle as though he were one of your soldiers. No increase to your likelihood of success and a low increase to your risk of injury. For him, though, this has already happened. Low increase to his likelihood of success, no increase to risk of injury. Sparty beats an old man, just like real life, Steve. Let's see how we do it without your axe. Attempt to disarm. So I would get a low increase to my likelihood of success and a medium increase to risk of injury. Or I'll show you how I couch a spear. Confident attack, medium increase to likelihood of success, low increase to risk of injury. What's it going to be, guys? I wish this had integration with YouTube, where it could, you guys could vote through YouTube. Spear? I'm okay with that. It seems to be the one that gives us the best step. We'll go with the spear. My spear flows around Kettle like water, each strike chaining fluidly into the next, a series of perfectly timed attacks. Kettle pulls back from every blow, letting me attack without getting another solid hit in. It's not long before I can feel myself begin to tire yet again. My form is good, with only small errors, and Kettle's stance is failing. We are evenly matched, with victory balancing on a knife's edge. So, we get strike, parry, riposte, expert onslaught. You throw out a flurry of rapid attacks and counters. But what has happened is, Chieftain Kettle, it becomes harder to injure myself, low increase to likelihood of success, and no increase to risk of injury. This would give me a high increase to your likelihood of success and medium increase to your risk of injury. Let's see how you do without your axe, without your ass. Again, this would be a disarm, a low increase to success, medium to injury. And then lastly, I'm the fastest blade in Iceland. Blade Dance, a series of flashy expert moves. Ensure your dueling prowess. Prowship, yes. Prowess will be talked about for years. You gain 120 prestige, high increase to success, and low to injury. Oh, I think we know, right? Let me know in chat. This is, you guys gotta push this ball forward with me. Because this is high success, low injury. Riposte is high success, medium injury. So definitely I'd say the fastest blade. Quickest blade in the whole island. Alright, here it is. Blade Dance Single combat victory. I whirl my spear with a deadly flourish, weaving a song of pain across my opponent with every blow. Stroke by stroke, my symphony of pain takes shape over Kettle's every nerve, drawing screams like a choir song punctuated with a ring of steel on steel. When my inspiration begins to run dry, I cut my dance short, allowing my foe to collapse to his knees. Blood pours off of him, so much so that Kettle can barely muster the energy to look up at me. I do him the courtesy of returning his gaze, then ready my spear for the symphony's final note. Goodbye, Chieftain Kettle. Result, I win the single combat against Kettle due to his injury risk score. He was killed. All temporary combat character modifiers have been removed. Village Idiots, thank you very much. Dropping a huge $10 donation here saying blood for the blood god. It is indeed. The skulls for Skull Throne have been secured. Yeah. Golf clap. Nothing like beating up a shirtless old man. Resting easy back in Ausfjordur. I'm sorry, guys. Ausfjordur. I exult in my success. My spear laid across my lap. Chieftain Kettle's blood still cakes in fresh grooves and notches along this weapon's haft, reminding me of the man's last moments. Yesterday, we put our quarrel before the gods, and the gods answered wisely. Justice is served. Dude, I shall be the executioner. Hey. An old injured lion is an old injured lion. Okay, so what do you want? Yeah, I'll allow it. Definitely, that's definitely like an Uhtred move, right? He'd be like, you want to give me money? I'll take it. Yeah, I'm going to buy another energy drink and beat the shit out of an old man. Second I see him, too. Like, what are you looking at, Grandpa? Like, just smack his keys out of his hand. Be like, pick it up. Pick it up. We'll break your hip. I don't care what war you fought in. That's not true. I'm extremely reverent of elders. H for Havoc, Surreal Beliefs, and I were all talking about this. When I first met H for Havoc, so H for Havoc is 29, I think? And he's got like 4 kids. But when he showed up to the event for Three Kingdoms in San Francisco, you just get fame, Colin. But I think you can get other stuff over time from it. We can create the Northern Isles, and I'm wondering if we should. But essentially he shows up and he's got these shit kickers on. He's got just these boots, and he has a very, I mean, he's a tall southern man, you know, so he has kind of that air about him. And just the way I was raised, like I immediately give the road to someone who I think is my elder. I have immediate reverence for them. I'm not going to be like, hey, my lord, hey, please by all means, step on my ball sack. It's definitely like a, hey, how are you, sir? I don't say sir, but still, it's definitely a nod to that person as an elder, especially a father who has multiple kids. I assign a higher status to you than myself. And he's just sitting there with his shit kickers on, and Surreal and I were both talking about that. Like, yes, absolutely. Like that is like Surreal was raised old world Cuban. I was raised old world Italian. So that immediate reverence kicks in, and then like I'm like, what? You're 29? You fucking young piece of shit. Like, get out of here, man. I don't care what war you fought in. Okay, so little aside there. Let's do some stuff. I think we should go do some raiding here. I'm trying to determine where to raid. I mean, I would love to go all the way down to Kent and raid, right? I mean, that's always... Oh, we can do it. We're doing it right now. I gotta pause before someone does it. If you do the Northern Isles, can you still do the Jomsvikingar? What do you mean? I mean, the only thing I need... is in the southern and eastern Baltic coast region. I don't... Actually, a really good question. I can't make out where that is. I can't make out with you. But this is... Doesn't make much sense. I made a Jomsvikingar over here in Novgorod. Oh, I had this part. I had this area over here. Okay, so I can't even make a Yoms. Well, we'll get it when we move that way anyway. So, good question, techers. But Uhtred goes a raiding. Oh, no problem, Bobby. Well, thanks for jumping in and saying hi. Guys, what do? We got 200 folk here checking in today. Make sure you are liking the stream. We only have 88 likes. Let's pump that number up, my bro. Yeah, I think so too. I thought that the Vikinga, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Isn't it? It's Vikinga, right? Or is it Vikinger? What's up, Stardust? It's very interesting. So I would need to get any of these regions. Oh, man. Second biggest donation of the month. Coming in from BPXX Blinkers. Your next target should be Albany. The land will be a good boost, and you can slip your and pincer the northern tip of Scotland.
Thank you for the donation.
We're gonna do anything. Oh, okay, I see that.
I've only begun.
Okay, BPXX, thank you again very much for the donation. A massive $75 donation. Thank you, dude. Split your force. I got what you meant. After I read it all, I was like, hey, we'll process this. That was very generous of you, man. Thank you very, very much. And we got another donation here from Gamer Edie from Edie. Just purchasing the Northern Lords DLC, and I believe throwing in a donation. It looks like that's a tip in there. So thank you very much. Guys, like I've said before, if you have not yet purchased the DLC, please, if you can, use my link. If not, don't even worry about it. $20 from Brandon Gallimore, too. Guys, thank you so much today. My brother and I are playing a campaign and watching your stream live. Northern Lands is awesome. Also, listen to my band Under the Gallows if you want something more modern than Viking Chants. Dude, yeah. Okay, so I actually listened to Brandon's music last night. You lied. It's nothing like the romantic era of classical music like you said it was. I didn't even hear a single harpsichord. Okay, that would actually be Baroque. But still, didn't sound like that at all. It sounded like really good rock music, though. So please go check out Under the Gallows, guys. I was listening to them last night. They are an amazing band. It is Brandon's band out of Texas. There it is. There's a link to it. Please go and check him out. Brandon, if entertainment ever picks up again and you want to travel to do music, my friend, he owns a company called Sound the Groove, and he hosts all of the events and parties that Hard Rock does. Not Hard Rock. The House of Blues does, and I think now Hard Rock, on the West Coast. So if you want to do that, I will definitely hook you up in the future when that happens. Guinness using the link for Northern Lords as well and throwing in a donation. Thank you very much, Guinness. Really appreciate that, dude. Colin, then you're good. You don't need to buy anything. Yeah, I will, they're not, obviously no one's doing anything, so I can't promise you anything like that, of course, but he's always looking for bands. So, oh, we can conquer a duchy? Oh, we could do a Varangian adventure? It's not worth it, but we could do a pretty sweet little Varangian adventure. I had Stardust. I have played RimWorld very limited. Gronoth, I did not. I hope he watches this. Heston, please. You're one of my favorite characters because you're just a smarmy piece of shit in that show. Yeah, we're going to get allies before we do, but I kind of... BPXX, I like this idea of taking out Albany. So I think that will be our next target. But first, Uhtred does raiding. Uhtred will go on a raid. Who's the guy who calls him Arsling? RimWorld is really good. RimWorld RimWorld will send you down a spiral. You will just, it's one of those games where you start playing it, and then 7 hours later, you're like, I've been playing for this long? Sam is back. All right, let's try to get Canterbury. There's no guarantees of us being able to. Leofwich. Yes, Leofwich is my favorite. For those who haven't seen Last Kingdom, please no spoilers about Last Kingdom in chat. See if we can get there. This is probably going to get raided. Oh, by the way, here's the new boats. So this is the longships. They don't look like that normally. This could be dicey. In fact, I'm just going to save because sometimes Wessex can go, oh, I'm not going to fight the war I'm involved in. I'm going to come beat your ass instead. Finnan is easily now my favorite character. Okay. Let's get away. Let's get away. Let me actually... Is he fighting? Oh, he's not fighting anyone. We gotta leave. We gotta leave. We gotta leave. Look at that. 59 out of 154. Are there any other juicy targets over here? One thing I didn't mention the history, which is kind of cool, is when we look at the history of England, we see the Britons and how they control England, and then how Anglo-Saxons control half of it, then all of it, and they become the rulers, quote-unquote, of England minus the Brythonic culture group. Then they have to fight the same fight that the Britons did against the Vikings. So it's actually a really cool kind of repeat of history some 200, 300 years later. Calves of Jesus, of Zeus, donated $10 saying nothing to sell, promote, or ask. Just a massive fan of your streams and videos. Putting my stimmy to support people that got me through quarantine. Thank you very much. Thank you, calves. I appreciate it, dude. I, too, have massive calves. Appreciate that, man. And just so you guys know, you guys are the ones that helped me through quarantine. So it's a two-way door. I have not tried Kenji. I'm waiting for the second one. Oh, I wanted to do this. So maybe we go over here to Brittany. Is Brittany in a war at all? Oh, they're fighting a conflict. Uhtred will do some raiding, and he will profit. Go to Leon. Is Leon fighting anyone either? Oh man, they're fighting against Montague, and they're really getting their asses kind of handed to them. Oh, they are all fighting invasion of Kingdom of East Francia. Okay, whoops. That's a pretty spicy little thing, but let's go... Honestly, let's go raid all of this. We'll raid as much as we can. Some people die in the series. That's a safe statement, Revenger. BPXX, I totally feel you on that, man. My daughter. We try to yet blissful smiles. Sif presents me. I think she converted culture groups or something. Oh, no, this is one of my concubines. Look at that little child. So, Thurthier? Or Thurthier? Gronoth, what was I looking for? Name my daughter. If my wife, or this is the concubine, it's not my wife, but she goes, we should name her after you. I'm like, you're high too. Why are you both chasing the dragon while having my kids? I got you. I got you, Yeppe. Thank you, man. Ah, good. We'll do that. Name your daughter after you. Guys are so funny. So crazy. All right, loyalty and respect. I like that we've got stalwart leader because I can challenge my rivals. Wait a minute. He's watching? Hold on. I thought that was you. Oh, now I get it. Now I know what's going on. I've never had anything like this happen before. So could you please not tell could you please not tell Alexander Draymond that I do the absolute worst impersonation of him ever? Please. That is the coolest thing. I've been doing this for 4 years now. And to have an actual celebrity follow me and say, hey, I'm watching you right now. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So the gentleman who plays Heston in Last Kingdom is watching the stream. Gronoth is him. If I can say that. Can I say that? I said it. Oops. So thank you very much for watching. And thank you very much for playing a smarmy piece of shit, like I've said a second ago. One of my favorite characters in the show. That was probably so that was one thing I really liked about the beginning of Quarantine 2. I was like, all right, well, Bannerlord's starting up. This is fun. And I think I had just finished season 4. And then to watch like the Quarantine season 5 phone call to all of you guys telling you, hey guys, we're renewed for another season, was awesome. It was like, what? Why are we on this call right now, Draymond? And then it's like, we're doing another season. And then the collective, like, what's it called? A jubilance was awesome. Man, that is cool. You got goosebumps. How do you think I feel? My nipples are hard as rock diamonds right now. Next time I visit England, if I get a chance to do it again, I must look you up. Because I usually get to, prior to pandemic, Creative Assembly would send myself and Turin out to host the Ever Chosen Invitational, the big like esports event that they do. And that's down, you know, over in Essex in Horsham, which I know is far away from almost everyone in the rest of England. Well, the duel thing 30 minutes ago must have been something to watch. Andrew, it was fun. I don't know how to process what's just happened to me right now. Well, consider that a follow for follow, Gronoth. You haven't played CK3, but you played a lot of CK2. Trust me, CK3 is a lot better in 2 than 2. I could barely play 2. It's just a much better UI. Like, everything's a little bit more streamlined. It's easier to play. Show him his character as I spit on my own keyboard. Well, yeah, this is you. That's you right there. No cool eye tattoo though, and not enough eyeliner. So, well, I mean, kind of look at him. He's kind of got a little round. He kind of punched up a little bit, but that's your character, and it's probably one of the best characters to play in the time, like in this historical bookmark of 867, because you can start as Heston and range pretty much. I'd say like this circle right here. You can go. Well, you can go to Rome. You can go anywhere here and do these really big Varangian adventures and have a ton of fun. How do you like go on from that? Like, I feel like just do I end the stream now? Like, all right, guys, we peaked. Excuse me. His stats, let me see. So he is one of the only characters that starts with Adventurer, the new trait that was brought in with the Northern Lords DLC. And it makes him just a beast. So per level of fame, which is of course this right here, your prestige, he gets better and better at combat and at martial. So he's just a disgusting, disgusting powerhouse when it comes to combat. Go to Sri Lanka in 10 years as Heston. One thing I hate is how right menu and it moves the whole... Yeah, I do hate that too. Like if I move... I try to use the function keys to fix that. So this is F2, the realm, all the way down to decisions at F8. So that can kind of help you a little bit, BPXX. But I hate when I hate especially because if I go to navigate to chat, it does that. Because I navigate to my other monitor. Hey, Stardust, it's a well-lived-in body. You know, when you take a look at any of the people that were any of the rock stars in the 80s, those guys are like 53 and they look like they're 98, just knocking on the on death's door. We're just gonna go sacking and a-tapping all throughout Brittany here. I too am blessed with lovely snossages. You do. You have to. You have to. And the first character you should play is yourself. Okay, so this is particularly interesting because now we have the chance to trade with Brittany. Okay, well, ooh, who am I making this truce with? So this is one of the new things with Northern Lords, right? When you go to raid a place, you can choose to raid or trade, where you get a truce with them. And you get a portion of what their raid value was. So if this raid value was 17, I'm going to get 10 for doing this. He's going to get an opinion of me, and I'm going to get a truce with just this count. So I think that that's actually worth it. Or I could extend this up to a truce with the ruling king. That is not worth it. So the local lord, I think, is worth it. But then again... I don't actually see, to be totally honest with this guy, it's not worth... I don't think either are worth it. So we'll do... I mean, but what would Uhtred do, you know? He would probably see if he had, like, a worthy daughter and be like, your daughter is fitting for my bed? Well, I would definitely do that. That would be hilarious, BPXX. But I will say, playing multiplayer can be so overwhelming. You see how much I paused this game? When you're playing multiplayer, like, if you're playing at 1 speed, it's too slow. If you're playing at 3 speed, it's, like, too fast for multiplayer. Alright, well, thank you very much, Gronoth. I appreciate that, man. And thank you again for all of the work you've done in Last Kingdom. Can't wait for the next season. And thank you so much for watching, dude. That is so awesome. Thank you so, so much. Have a good rest of your week. Man, that is awesome. What a day. What a day this has been. Over here switching up liquids now. Socketh, you just got 2 teeth removed? Go, if you have an ice dispenser, get it, have it produce have it produce crushed ice and pour 7-Up or Sprite into it and suck the ice. It'll numb your mouth. If you don't have an ice dispenser, put a bunch of ice in a towel, smash it with a hammer or just smash it on the ground, put it in a cup, eat it with a spoon. Don't eat it. Don't chew it. Just suck it. It'll numb your mouth. Okay. Oh, dude. Kyle, are you watching right now? Kyle, say in chat if you're watching right now. So, my friend that I lift with, him and I both watched Last Kingdom. We were watching like intent, like, dude, did you watch an episode? Did you watch an episode? Don't smoke if you're a smoker. Never Google a dry socket. You remember Heston from the show? That was Heston. That's who Gronoth was. And he was like, oh, check your Twitter. I'm like, what do you mean check my Twitter? And it said that he followed me. I'm like, I'm like, who's this? And then I saw who it was on Twitter. So, Jeppe Beck Larsen. That's how I pronounce his name. I probably did not. Norwegian actor, gamer, hardworking, lazy bum. That is fucking wild. Oh. Sam, you made it sound like I asked him to do a lobotomy. Okay, continue rating. Okay, let's go to... Let's just go right for it. Let's try and get some worthy, I mean, I just told him like a at-home remedy to help with, mouth soreness, dude. But... I can help you with quite a few medical things. Not like actual medical things. Just like muscle sorenesses, stuff like that. Uh-oh, I gotta help the cats. I gotta feed the cats. I gotta feed those cats. They are meowing at me. So, we could increase our development. If you had one game to be able to play for the rest of your life, what would it be? Ultima Online. No, we didn't, Jinja. Do we increase our development or we just go for bounties? Well, you know what? I think we have to stop anyway because we can't take more loot in. And I think we go with increasing development. What's development up here? It's only 1. It would progress to level 2, which is nice. What do you guys think? Do I capture the slaves or do we do bounteous plunder? Okay, slaves it is. I mean, Uhtred would not go slaves. Let's just establish that now. As someone who was a slave, he's not looking to have anyone suffer that again. So capture the slaves. And then we gotta abandon now. Unfortunately, the rest of this. There's plenty more to be had. We could really go 21, 17, 4. I wish when you highlighted your raiding army, the raid loot appeared over these counties. Or there was a raiding overlay that displayed recently raided in red and a higher raid loot in green. So anything over 20 is green, anything over 10 is yellow, and anything under 10 is... Maybe anything under 10 is like just like development. It looks like this. Like if it was like this, but for raiding. I would kind of like that. I think that'd be cool. All right, let's get up here. Go back to our lands. I gotta feed these cats. Right. Uhtred has done a good raid. Montague is where Heston lives, and Heston is dead, unfortunately. Give me 1 sec, guys. Let me feed the cat. Give me 1 sec. Oh. Didn't know I wasn't paused. Woof. Hold on. Let me get off this. Okay. We're good to go. BPXX dropping another big donation here. $20 saying, took over Brittany and my buddies thought I meant Britain. I need more geography and history buff friends. Thank you very much, dude. But honestly, like, I didn't really know the history of Britain and how Brittany reflects that until like actually pretty recently. I think that's a pretty understated portion of lore or history, and I think it's a pretty important one too.
Thank you for the donation.
Will there be more multiplayer soon? There definitely will. There definitely will. I'm gonna get Atra Havoc and Co together to do a little fun in the sun. Hold on. Man, I'm still kind of a little, whew. You know much about Irish history? I do and I don't, Techers. Mr. Tommy Gun, if you were Henry Cavill, you would not be watching this. You'd be watching something about the new Rakarth DLC. Matt Acton said I had a specific question. When you're assigning a counselor, sometimes it will have a text of their skills to be highlighted in green, but it isn't the same skill as the position. Why? Sometimes we'll have the text of their skills be highlighted in green. What do you mean by that? Tommy Gun, don't do this to me. I've shit my pants once today. I can't do it a second time. I mean, I could. It's just not, it's not ladylike. So this number right here, Matt. So when you hover over the action, I'm not, probably. When you're looking to replace a counselor specifically, okay. This right here. Stop it. Open the swap counselor menu. Sometimes the stats are green. The green means, the top skill at the core, exactly. Daniel dropping a $15 donation saying, huge fan of the channel and just about to finish the Fulgrim Horse Heresy book, which that duel kind of reminded me of. Yeah, just beating apart an old man. Like, that was actually a really good duel, but if you're just finishing the Fulgrim book, you should watch Flight of the Eisenstein. Then after that, sky's the limit. Watch or read whatever you want. But read the first Heretic and then Betrayer. They're my two favorite books. First Heretic predates everything. It's kind of like a prequel book. And the Betrayer is got one of the best, one of those type moment duels in the entire series so far. Matt Acton, it's just like Aberk said. Green means top skill at the court. So see, you got the top martial skill in this position. The counselor here, he has got the top diplomacy in court. This spymaster has got the top intrigue. She shouldn't have the top learning, but I think it's applying it to see, because this position, he has the top learning for this position. Because I do not think she can be the half-gothy. Oh, she can. Isn't learning an additional portion of Spymaster, though? Okay, so we're replenishing those troops. We really can't afford another bit of men-at-arms, even though I want to do... What do we have? We have the Vizsman, the Bondi, and the Bundi, I think it is. Bundi, someone said. And the Varangian Adventures. I do want to make Huskarls. And Huskarls will require 0.7 a month. Excuse me, and we cannot maintain that just yet. But we have some good prisoners. Queen Ermintrude is one of them. And 100 gold doubloons for Ermintrude. It will happen. Gunnar. These guys have just been in... They've been in the prison because I don't know how to, like, roleplay get rid of them. Ah, okay, Andrew. So let's do this. Oh, that would actually that would have been a pretty good concubine. I'm sorry. I mean, I could still take her, but she's just gonna get ransomed off anyway. So let her do her thing. Richard, they'll work with an old save, but it's a little bit jankety. I've had it applied to old saves okay, but sometimes I get a lot of notifications that are not needed. Like, my Few Champions one is definitely needed right now. Maybe I just press gang these guys to be fighters. God, they're so terrible, though. 8. The 8's not bad. Become a fighter in Uhtred's army. So I took all of these female characters for a reason. What do you mean? You're fine. And it was to find particularly strong men to act as knights in my... That's my woman. Unhilda, wife and lover, your courtier. How old are you? 9. Ah. Perfect. Okay. You will join our court. He's not bad. Sorry, Heston. Married 43 with Skjaldbjor. You have to pay for the new update. No, the new update is free. Patch 1.3 is free. Northern Lords is $6.99, I believe, which you can get through my link in the description. Well, yeah, there's only one character to look at, though, Matt. I mean, I'm not going to have her marry these characters, that's for sure. You know what, though? We should work on this, too. So let's do some of this. We'll find him someone with inheritable age and 9 or... Okay, all right. Put it up, put it up, put it up, put it up. Put it up, put it up, put it up. There we go. Ooh, okay. Oh. Edie, this is the hardest part. Like, I kind of have to get it moving every so often, and once it gets moving, I'm good to go. Like, okay, now that it's moving, I'm all right. Ross, aren't you a doctor? Or are you a nurse? I thought you were in medical. What's up, Pavel? Okay, so I don't want this to be a stupid time where people come in here and talk to me about vaccines, because I don't really want that to happen. But this, I got vaccinated yesterday. Can I rub Voltaren gel on it to reduce anything there? Because I know it's not a typical opiate, but I don't know if that affects anything. Best time for the best time. Turn off his no longer concealed guns. Maybe sometimes you gotta pop them out. Well, this would give us a... Ooh, this would give us an alliance with Bjorn, which would be kind of cool. And she's intelligent. That's a pretty solid one. Ooh, I mean, I'm intelligent, so it would pretty much guarantee that goes on. We could do someone, though, who has got pretty. How fitting would it be, though, if we did... So, Rogue Fithir, Bjorn's daughter, married to my son, Ragnar, who is the great-grandchild of Ragnar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Diclofenac. Yeah. Ugh. I know that's its active ingredient is, right? Let's just find out to make sure. Yep. Diclofenac diethylamine gel. I was good in chemistry, but not that good. I just wanted to make sure, because I know that there's some which you're not supposed to take, so I wanted to make sure. It doesn't really hurt that bad, but I mean, I don't need my whole body to be numbed out. I just need that portion. And that's like, I find that better for just like muscular spot pain. Okay. Oh, my back just popping up all great. So I think we do this. I think we forge an alliance with Bjorn. Uhtred and Bjorn? Ironside. You guys like that one? That should be a good one for my my chief buddy. What am I doing? No, order by age. I mean, getting this would be cool. It gives us a chance to have all three. And what is this for? This is for Lothian, which is pretty nice. But I think this is a fun, cool alliance. It don't have alcohol in it. I believe Voltaren gel is alcohol based. This has an increased chance now. Ragnar's smarter than most. That is sick. The House of Bebenbear. Is Uhtred a son of Ragnar? Making sure. No, he is not. He is not. So she will be of the Marshall bloodline. We will find her, and this is going to be matrilineal because I want to keep my daughter. Marshall, Hale. I mean, honestly, she's 7. This isn't a terrible one. Brings Handsome into the mix. Okay, thank you, Ross. I appreciate that, man. I asked when I actually got the vaccine, and she was like, "I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you." And my friend's a medical researcher, because I was asking her like, "Hey, is it safe for me to get the vaccine because I had GBS?" And she's like, "Everything I've looked at, yes." And I called my neurologist, and the front desk said, "Yes, we're telling all of our patients it is safe because a lot of people have had MS or lupus have gotten it without any issues, which is another autoimmune." So just wanted to make sure before I started slathering it on. It's honestly not that bad. It's pretty fine. But I think doing this would be pretty cool. Ooh, Dustin Kilpatrick. That's a good point. Let's see if we can do that with one of our... with Bjork here. We will take off inheritable traits. We'll do it by alliance power. So we can do one with Suthrayar. Can I do it? First, Ben. First. Evgeny, what's up, man? How you doing? Great big bushy beard. So I can't do... Fortunately, I can't do... I can do Yilland, which is nice. Bjork is a woman, Andrew. We can send her off into an arranged marriage. I always hate doing it. But I know it is actually very strong. But we could do this one or... I mean, this would put us in with Ivar. But I want her to stay in the family. So I think that we'll do this one as matrilineal. And we're looking for traits inheritable. We'll do this by age. And I think this is pretty cool. Because if this happens, then we get this chance right here, right? Which is pretty cool just to have on the bloodline. And the kid's coming to my court. So we'll do that. Bjork Iron Hips. That was hilarious. Sigbjorn, let's do by alliance power and take off this to see if there's any. Okay, so we could actually, I could have Sigbjorn here marry into Mergita. That's not a bad idea either. Or we could do Jorvik, which is also very good. Aslog, we're also gonna... I'm breeding shield maidens, guys. Like, that is my goal right now. I'm breeding shield maidens. So, well, we're gonna... Kyle, we're gonna invade Scotland. Scotland's gonna be our next major target. The breeding program is going according to plan. I mean, it might be Strathclyde. Strathclyde might be a... because BP Expert made a good point. He was saying take Albany and you cut Scotland in half and you pretty much have a lot of control over stuff. And if we make a alliance with Suthrayar, with Ivar, we have... Oh, he's already kind of in a war here. Holy war for the chiefdom of Orkney, huh? Oh, he's helping out in that war. Okay. So who's attacking there? Morbidum of Ross. Okay. Well, they're going to win there. You know, Dr. Godzilla, there is not one that I know of, unfortunately. Okay, Ross. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that, man. Yes. Spread your kids as far as you can. Yeah, so I think we do this one with Yilland. Let me look at some of these go through real quick. An Albany means land of Alba. Okay, so Ragnar, so... So we got all that done with. Eugenics. Okay, betrothed, unmarried, Uhtred here, Uhtred Uhtredson, Bjork, Sigbjorn, and another daughter. So she is going to do a matrilineal marriage. We can send Bjork off. I always hate getting rid of intelligent in the bloodline, but it is what it is. So we'll do alliance power, and I think we do... Bob, absolutely, man. Glad you're enjoying them. If you have any other questions, by all means, let me know right now. No, not right this instant, but you can let me know during the stream is what I meant. We can forge an alliance with these two. With Halfdan and Suthriar and Yeland. Do I think the first major expansion will add Korea? I don't know, Lucas. I hope not. I hope the first major expansion does more to this region of the map. I'm not going to marry someone's grandkid. Or are you saying marry like, okay, so if we look over here to Yeland and we look at the primary heir, you're saying marry his kids, right? So we get the genealogy going. Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, I'll do that with you. We can do that. Let's do that. Let's do that, Kyle. Because they can stay in your house? How so? Primary. Ooh. Ooh, this is a good one. Yeah, exactly. That's why I abandoned it, Boindle. I was like, no, he can't have kids. That is not good. Sterile. All right, Hugh, have a good one, man. Always good to see you, brother. Always good to see you. Ooh. We don't want to do that, though. We want to do... So Bjork would leave us and go to Ivar's court to marry his very, very young son. And that would put her in line to be a Jarl through marriage, which helps out our renown growth. And we need renown because we don't have many living members. We have to grow our court. So, good points there, guys. So, here's what we'll do. And Jorvik, the primary heir, is already married, so we obviously can't marry her but we can marry his heir, as unfortunately sterile. So that does cause some issues. Upland, primary heir is already married. Yeland's primary heir doesn't have any kids. He's got a brother. He's young. He's really young. Right, Thomas? He's playing 3D chess, you know? He's playing that 3D chess. Chess, not chest. So Sigurd, primary heir, no children. Interesting. Okay. So let's do this. Let's pin this guy. And they still can have kids. You're absolutely right. Let's pin this guy. And did we already do this? Did we already betroth? No, I think that arranging Bjork here is a good call. I think we do this one. Well, we don't really need to worry about claims, Tom, because we're Norse, so we can just do conquests all over the place. So I think this is a good call. You guys agree with me on this? That way we marry into this. This child has a chance to become Jarl, and if he becomes Jarl, I get King through, actually I think Jarl is Duke, isn't it? Yeah, Jarl is Duke. King through succession. Dude, Thomas, I know, we do. So we'll do this one. So Vitzik over here, we can actually do with my other daughter to basically make that lineage complete. Or we wait until he has a kid and we do with Yilland. Okay. Yeah, skate is stupid hot. Okay, let's go ahead and keep progressing here, guys. Before we go on, should I do this? Let's have that go through so it's like another thing off my like hopper. The difference between a flavor pack and an expansion, Lucas, is that a flavor pack is just supposed to expand upon a specific portion of the game that already exists in a small fashion. Usually like increasing some sort of culture or religion. And honestly, I could be fine with like an Islamic faith or like Persian, not Persian, I don't know, or Caliphate culture pack. Like I would love that. Like I would like Southern Lords. I would like that. That would be great. Okay, so alliance power for him. I can do for Jorvik, which just creates an alliance. This doesn't really marry me into anything important. And I think kids, I think your sons you should be marrying for traits. And I think your daughters you should be marrying for renown or alliances. Expansions can. The sway continues. Thank you very much, Consensual Paranoia. You gained 10% on your sway progression. Sam, because anytime I encounter something I don't know about, I save and reload, and I try a bunch of different forms. I just kind of bang around the game and figure stuff out. I kind of just enjoy doing that. Okay, and she can marry for alliance. Yeah, so I think we'll wait for him to have kids and marry into this. What is this one? Trite. Ah. That's a good point. Outpost said, DLC adds more mechanics into the game, not just areas like trade. What's up, God? That's nice, too, that this now adds that to it. It does, Luis. It does make the 867 starting a lot different. But the 1066 is pretty much the same, I'd argue. Now the ancient kingdom of Goguryeo. Okay, so what do we do now? Oh. Oh, I guess we have to do this, huh? Dude, Upland's actually kind of getting big. So I accept your invitation to war. Oh, he's actually really relying on me to fight that war. You can create the Northern Isles. I can imagine rich temperature to support a trade dynamic would really make a difference to a playthrough. Well, we can actually create the Northern Isles right now, Archaic Entity. Following the death sentence of a lowly thief, I asked my son and heir Ragnar what he thought. He responded that the sentence was too harsh for such a small crime. He gets just. I am also just. No, I am not. It is time to show him how little Odin cares. He becomes cynical. This is a lesson of moderation in all things. He becomes temperate. I think that he would definitely be just. Because that just is something that he wants to instill that in his kids. He does it in the show, right? Less of an intrigue character, more of a just character. Definitely the way that Uhtred would swing things. Just it is. The punish is not indeed the crime. It is difficult developing in tribal here. We're still got to wait a little bit longer for that. So let's determine this. How much time is it? About an hour left. So, we can do this. They won't call their ally. Won't call their allies. I could do Ireland. I mean, the unfortunate thing here is that this place is such a, like, shit show. We could attack Albany. Strathclyde is a good option too. How is Strathclyde's forces? They're comparable to mine. This would be actually a pretty difficult fight. The Earldom of Man is its own thing now. Yeah, Simmer, that's definitely how it happens. Yeah, Strathclyde's alone. Island of Man is on its own. Jorvik is not a fight we're going to have. Alba is on its own too, but it has a larger army. We're not in line next to any lands. Alright, Sam, thanks for watching, man. Always appreciate it, brother. We can go for the Earldom of Man. Go for Man. Steal the old Berserker's position. Kind of creates this island hopping community that we've got. We do need to help out, though. Get some land in Scandinavia. You know, we do need to get to Scandinavia, too. So let's take a look at the hike. So we need Norway and the Kingdom of Denmark. So we need to eventually move over to these lands. So it might behoove of us to even attack Harold Fairhair. Got a good alliance there. Or we attack one of these more minor ones that doesn't have a set Like we could just pop into here, or like this guy, for example. If I just came in and slapped that out and took it from them. Ooh, actually that's a pretty good, that's actually a really, really good call. Because we do need to take all of this. Well, not Sweden. We don't need Sweden. We need this, and this, and this. So we've got quite a lot of eating to do. Thank you, Saka. That's a huge army. Who's this? Oh, this is the Northman army. So this, see, this says of Northern men, of Northman army. This is someone doing a Varangian adventure. I'm just kind of like tempted to fight here. Yeah, 9 streams. Well, no, we'll speed it up quickly, Blondell. When we take these kind of measured approaches to the game, where we pause and make a really poignant move, it makes the time go by slowly, of course, in the stream, but it makes the time in the game. We just make much better moves per day and year, so it actually works out really well. So we need to go help them out. They need quite a few. Need quite a bit of help. Attackers. So I could actually go and attack Fairhair here. Or we get this. Because they're fighting them. Yes, Simmer, they do. As this is roleplay, I think we should go for Britain. Good point. Well, we're going to need to do it anyway, though, Armin, because that's our objective. And while this is fractured, because we wouldn't push into these guys, and this is too difficult. Mercia is the easiest of the kingdoms here. Wales is too strong. Even Alba is too strong. We only need the Kingdom of England for this. Because hold the Kingdom of Norway for 30 years, the Kingdom of England for 30 years, and the Kingdom of Denmark for 30 years. It is part of the North Sea Kingdom, Saka. It is. Because it's part of the Kingdom of Norway. Yeah, we really can't touch England. So I think what we should do is, because we have to help out in this conflict, because I'll lose fame if I don't. Everyone here is fighting. So let's choose. This is the war target. So we can't choose this chiefdom. Oh, wait. What is it? Oh, he's a defender. And yeah, like Lost Wolf was saying, like that's an Uhtred move, right? Like looking at it and going, like that would throw his efforts and men away to just push into England, even though he kind of did that at Bevenborough, but still. Okay. So Upland only has them. So Upland would be a good Jarl Dag of Upland would be a good target for our war. I don't even think we can declare this war though. Yeah, I didn't think so. He's too far away. Or actually, I don't think we can if we're already at war with them as part of this, which kind of sucks. No, nobody who was sat wearing a luminous orange vest is about losing fame. It's true. So these two are allied. So I could go punch into Sohn here. You cannot, Armin, you cannot. So I think what we do is we move our armies here, take this, then go and help out Jarl Ironside. Is raise away a partial army? Yes, Joseph, you would raise a local army. So if I click here, if I click rally point, this is my rally point. Local, raise all armies that are at the closest to this particular rally point. If you only have one rally point, all armies will be raised here. So I would then add another rally point right over here. That's 2 different rally points. So if I jump to this, that's my local levies. Does that help you out? Joseph, I mean, does that help you out? So you have to create 2 rally points. And then once you do that, so if I click the second rally point, see how it shows me my local levies in that location? Because you can see my total local levies is 1,900. Okay, so let's go. We need to get rid of that one. Okay, good. Declare the war on the county. No real reason to do it on the duchy. So this will help us get close to this conflict. My Jarl huffs Forfnir as he marches up to me, hauling my daughter Stiora by her ear. This dratted child has been lying in wait around my corners wearing a wolfskin for a costume, only to jump out screaming and scaring the living daylights out of people. That honestly is just bloody hilarious. Oh my god. Thank you very much, Consensual Paranoia, becoming another member of the channel. That is awesome. Thank you very much. Stiora, you'll need to be punished. You get a weak hook on Forfnir. You harass my daughter, you're exiled. Or I really profoundly do not care. Gain, just because you're diligent. Well, I mean, dude, she's my daughter. What do you want me to do? Punch her? Loses 50 opinion. He stops endorsing me. Well, that's actually kind of. I mean, that's kind of what. That's kind of how. That is exactly what what's his name would do. What Uhtred would do. He'd be like, "This is funny. Grow up." So it's funny. Sorry, guy, but you can do this. We'll have you. Hey, I'll let you educate one of my kids. How does this sound? You can educate young Uhtred here, because Uhtred is going to be an education focus, and I can't do such things, so you will have to do it. And then on top of it, hey, why don't we have you educate to Bjork, because we'll make Bjork also an education focused little lass. Oh, lost 50 respect of me. You know what? And you seem rustled lately. Let us find you a wife. Gita Cecilia of Hortherland. Okay. Done. And now I'll sway you. Well, unfortunately, this is not going to be strong to run into. We'll wait until disembarkation fades off. That guy's coming to waffle stomp them. 21 days. 9 days. Okay, now when we go here, this will shed away. Never back down. One of the best movies of all time. Our champion Uhtred rampaged through the enemy soldiers and became a berserker. Oh! Our champion Under was maimed by Emundir. No! Basti wounded Hrolfir. I'm sorry I'm butchering all these names, guys. Our champion Oder wounded Hrolfir. I just got the shit beat out of him. So. Hey. Not endorsed by... We'll get there. We don't even need the clear notifications mod. I should take that off. Okay, he's going to come on back. Another fight. Any fun details on this one? Just a bunch of killing. Just a bunch of killing. And who became our new... Kettle. Didn't we kill someone named Kettle? Oh, this is the new Berserker, which is cool. We really do need new champions. I'm waiting for that decision to come back up, and there it is. Going right back into it again. Look at that. Look at that. That's a good one. Not amazing, but a good one. Ooh, valuable hostage! Honestly, I think we just do the valuable hostage and move on. Let me see. Bane. Yeah, I think we just kind of... We could get the money from him and just keep doing the war, but I think we should just move on and get it done with fast. Alright, Techers, have a good one, brother. Thanks for watching, man. Is there anyone else in this dungeon I should worry about? Under house arrest for 5 days. Who are you? Oh, you're ugly, though. Good lord, are you ugly. Grow my court. Let's go help out Ironside and force these demands. He can go back. We do have... We're over our domain limit, which is okay. I'm not really that worried about it, but... Let's go help the daddy. There's so much. This is just going to be unnecessarily brutal. So let's go. It's level 2. We're not going to get anything for sieging these cities. We'll just lose men. So I'd rather fight in a war, to be honest. Or fight in a battle, I mean. How's he going to get there? I don't really want him to take a boat. But it is substantially fast. Here, we'll go here. Peacemaker. Now we can actually do that war right after this. But we're going to land here because I don't want to land on actual Westfold with this disembarkation penalty. That's a little rough. So take 16 days to get to. And now we'll do it. Oh, they definitely are, Tom. I just don't want to land on a place to besiege it and end up like getting completely killed. Okay, Reblinger, thanks, man. I always forget to ask you those kind of things. Oh, that's where their armies are. I'm like, where are all their armies? The champions arrived. Perfect. Ooh, combat fighter. Good. Uhtred will gain the west coast of Norway. Alright. Wife's pregnant. Sweet. Rewinger, I do it to honor you. Okay. Right, let's check this guy real quick. Ooh, 15. Done. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. She must love me. She must love me. The young mediator. There was a commotion among the children today. Ragnar was attempting to preach among his fellow youngsters and became the target of a small fight. Stjora intervened and managed to stop the fight before anyone got hurt. She becomes calm. Is she my... Okay, she's my warrior. Stress loss, dread decay. She becomes brave, which we don't want her to be. Because then she gets 100% increase to die in battle, which is just really rough. But zealous, I'm okay with. What do you guys think? If Uhtred has a brave daughter, he will lose the brave daughter because that's the way this game is. It's very punishing to those things. Because remember, she is going to be a shield maiden. Calm is just going to give her diplomacy and intrigue. Great and all, but I think definitely we go with zealous. Brave is good, but like I said, if she's a shield maiden, guys, I'm putting her into combat. She has a 100% chance to die. 100% increased chance. Increased chance. Outpost, are you just saying that because it's cool to say? Or is Valkyrie actually a thing? Tom, they're like super dedicated knights. Alright. Zealous it is. Yeah, that's how combat works, but Alceric, the game doesn't look at it as saying, like, oh, okay, yeah, it's just like a double chance to die. It goes, oh yeah, you brave? That's a 7% chance, 7 times, or 7x chance to die. Like, just way, way, way more inflated. Okay, just RP-wise. I was like, dude, they added Valkyries? I mean, I believe it. That'd be sweet. Okay, our chieftain has 1 against... Okay, so that has happened. This happened. This... Which is good, actually, because this is kind of an easy conflict. Because I can do a duchy war here, and this will be my first duchy here. All right. Yeah. We didn't even get a win. We didn't even get to win. We didn't even get the goods. All right, raise a rune stone. It is done. What should we carve? Every rune stone tells a message of some significant event in the life of a commissioner. From the smallest peasant to a jarl like myself, the stone records all. What shall the monument speak of? Perhaps my vanquished foe, the Skjald? Okay. We will put this in. What is this? This is Conquest Runestone. This will help out with control growth. I think Sown. I mean, this is the guy. Yeah, this is who we just conquered, right? Yeah, Sown. For sure. You're known to the dedication to your faith. And you know what we're going to do? We are going to make... I think we should grant this location to a vassal. And if we do, that vassal should create the... Oh, maybe we don't. Because I want this. I definitely want this. Uhtred the Lionheart of Iceland? Oh man, that is sick. Oh, that is so cool. But we can then jump right into this. For a duchy. Would this put me below devoted servant, I wonder? Nope. And then we've got so much prestige. We've got so much prestige that we're going to do this. We're going to get Huskarls. Because this is, a lot of this is taiga and forest. Nowhere close to honor. And let's call in Bjorn. See, Bone Deal? I did it for you, man. The Lionheart title was just gained by winning a bunch of battles, probably. We should probably also work off some stress soon. We'll call a hunter host a feast. Oof. Let me go pee real quick, guys. Hold on. One sec. Bunch of liquid that may or may not be pre-workout just spilled on my blankets. I gotta wash it. Is annoying. I'm back to that. Wash it in a sec. Personal deity is already assigned to Ulir. Oh. There's Norse blood across the whole continent. It's true. Look at it. Beautiful. Okay, and actually, this is pretty cool because if I want to be the king of Norway... Oh, I guess Upland's got a huge chunk of Norway. Right there. Well, not a huge chunk. A little chunk. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this war. We've called in a bro to help us out. And once we solidify this, we'll make this our like chief duchy. The problem I see here though is we're going to gain 2 more holdings. We will give this away. Then we've got all of our holdings over here. We've got 4 holdings right here. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So we would need to give away 2. And we could give away... Ugh. We've given away one of the islands. We need to give away another one. Well, we'll deal with that once we do this. Raise the arm... Oh! Disband the army. Raise the army over here. Jake from State Farm, what's up, dude? Thank you very much for that donation, man. Dropping a $2 or a $1.50 on me and a little weird coin. It's true, Mark. They will probably get credited in succession, so we have to definitely figure that out as soon as we deal with this. Sound the horn of... Why am I not doing that? The horn of Helm Hammerhand? Why do you have this headwear when you could be having this headwear, dude? Alright. Bjorn Ironside will join us in this war. Alright, this is gonna get spicy here. So if that's joining him, I got plenty of troops through the alliance. Chieftain roll. Oh! On Sigurd? Okay, well, that's not good. I'm actually gonna... I think I'm gonna call him in for some help. I'm a little worried that now that he started this conflict, if they started this secondary war down here, it's not gonna go so well. Because now that it's gonna pull him away from helping me, I think. This we'll find out. I've got enough money to hire mercenaries if I need it. Ooh, Earl Uppa. Oh! 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 This is not gonna be fun. Earl Uppa, Westmoreland, which is over here, and Yilland. I thought I had an alliance with Yilland. Don't. Heir has yet to have a son. Oh my god, this is... Kjotva just joined in there too. This is going to actually be a pretty dicey war right here. All for just what? This piece of crap land? Oh, they declared war on him. So we're the defenders in this war. Okay, so let's see what we can... Well, I can only call him into my conquest over here, so I'm going to have to. I need a little more help on it. Good. Ah, Sif. So, she wants to name the daughter the name of my concubine. Well. Kraka? That's kind of a cool name. I like that. Kraka it is. This is fine. You know, Tom, I've got that actual stuffed animal behind me. You know what? I kind of like the drama of it. So we'll go with Sif. I think that's hilarious. Sif it is. Well, who was it named after? I don't want to talk about it. We should actually just go right for this. I don't really see a reason. Are they really friends? No, they're not. Ooh. Fuck. Maybe we go with... maybe I stop doing this and go right here for that mainland. Most people do. I think we go right for the actual chief hold. Yeah, we'll do this. Because sieging this is great, but... Okay, what was that? Oh, hey, cool! Holdings. Might need to make some mercenaries. I don't have any mercenaries to choose from. Okay, so maybe we let him do this, and I'll go back and defend my lands, because... What's a better target? I mean, because he's here, and hopefully he can attack that, but... I think he will get this before I can. 7 months, 6 months. Well, we'll stick here. We'll stick here and play this out. Spouse, investment inquiry. Diligent administration of the household finances. There's more gold at the end of the season than expected. How should we put it to use, husband? Host a magnificent dinner party to the delight of all. Gain opinion of 20 every quarter. That's pretty good. Invest the money in the local area. The local level will change. The control level will change by 10. Gains to encourage development. 10%, which is nice. If there's one thing money can buy, it's eyes and ears. Increase defenses. Or let's save it for now. I honestly just think... I don't really have any vassals to really worry about. Investing the money in the local area could be good. That winter, they're little like winter wispy wisps. You're not short on global relations. The local area kind of seems like it might be the best. Because, I mean, everyone kind of really already likes me. My scheme resistance is pretty solid. I mean, with her 19 skill and my, like, 9, I should be okay. Local, we'll do local area. up all that development. So this, that's 4 months. This is 4 months. It helps out when it comes to supply, though. And we'll need to eventually get to feudal. Oh, shit. That's not good. So Sigurd formed an alliance with the Magyars. Oh, Hungary. It's kind of a far-flung. Oof. They're like really... Oof. This is kind of getting a little spice. Oh, it's plus 22%. Okay, so we're actually winning that fight, but that is soon to change. Young Mediator. There was a commotion among the children today. Siora was attempting to preach among her fellows and became the target of a small fight. Ragnar intervened. Ragnar becomes calm. Now Ragnar will be my heir, next player character really. So calm gives us diplomacy and intrigue and stress loss, but dread decay is at 50%. Do not be afraid. We got brave, which isn't terrible. The Magyars, when the 867 starts, the Magyars immediately go on their offensive to create Hungary. Or zealous. Calm is pretty good though, but like I said, we could go for brave on him. Yeah, same dilemma in reverse. What the hell? She's fine. She's fine. She's fine. We're all fine. What's the pensive trait? Oh, he is pensive. Well, he's going to... His martial focus is his education is martial focus. He doesn't get a choice. Just like Ragnar's son didn't get a choice. I don't know. Calm or brave, guys? Yeah, I think he will be a good marshal regardless. So going with calm might be the right call here. The vassal opinion perk is really good. Vassal opinion plus 5 and attraction opinion plus 10. All right, we'll do a poll. We'll do a poll real quick. Oh, you know what? I didn't even have this thing up the whole time. Poll incoming. Hold on. Okay, poll. Which perk for Ragnar? Brave or calm or brave? We'll put a 2-minute timer on this. Go ahead and start that poll. Now, in order to vote, you're going to type in !vote space 0 for calm or space 1 for brave. Exclamation point vote space 0 for calm space 0 for brave. So that would look just like this. So exclamation point vote 0. Edie, it did not capture your vote if you want to do it again. I kind of agree that brave is really redundant on a ruler, but I mean, Uhtred has it. Let's see what we got right now. We got 7 for calm, 18 for brave. Having martial benefit is nice, though. The attraction and vassal opinion is quite nice. The dying in battle is not so much of an issue. Calm is at 11 versus Brave and 20 at 21. Remember, 0 is calm, 1 is brave. I hope people know that. Like father, like son. Okay, all right, all right. We got a minute left on this poll here. What does calm give again? Here, I'll show you calm. Diplomacy and intrigue, stress loss reduction, dread decay, scheme discovery chance. Brave does give, you're right, brave is a virtue of the Norse religion. So it would give me opinion and piety bonuses. I don't really care. A lot of people were saying calm before I started this poll, so I was like, oh, I'm pretty surprised. David, thank you very much, man. 5 Canadian from David. The customary heroes another coffee for you. Thank you very much, brother. Become a curly-haired ginger Scottish girl. Ooh, we got the last 20 seconds. 15 votes for calm, 23 votes for brave. It's going once, it's going twice for these last 14. Coming in hot and heavy here. It's pretty much plateaued. There's no increasing down or up. It looks like we are going to be seeing brave as the choice for young Ragnar of Bebemba. And it has stopped. Okay. Poll is closed. The winner is brave. Gains the trait brave. Yep, don't be afraid. Charge in when you have. Boom. My little bro here, coming up in the world. So, I mean, he's going to take this, which is okay. It is what it is. We can at least replenish in these lands, though, which is nice. We might be able to kind of like... Oh, we gotta get them. If we can... We'll see how this goes. I'm trying to rush them to get before their disembarkation thing fades away, but I don't think it will. But we can see what happens here. Major river crossing, oh, that's right. Bridge. Oh! Was slain by Walter of all people. Our champion chieftain was maimed Walter. Haha! The return! Our champion Egil Finnig ripped the head off of Walter and became a berserker. Our champion Hansen ripped the head off of Alwyn and became a berserker. Wasn't he already one? We just got 3 berserkers from that fight! Oh, that's his chieftain. That's his chieftain. That's fine. Commoner was slain during the battle. Unfortunately, he was a good warrior too. It was unfortunate that has come to pass. We could just try to take this, but I think taking this back is kind of key. But I don't want to just keep ping-ponging back and forth. They take my lands, I take their lands, I take my lands, they take their lands. Your army is berserkers at this point. We're close. Berserker, berserker, not a berserker, needs to be one. A berserker. Berserker, berserker. I think if they have the pelt on their shoulders, they're a berserker. Oh, Otar, you need to get it fixed up, buddy. We attacked and won, yes. So, their hair back in the time of my life, or do they have scissors? Raspiel, they had scissors. You've probably seen it. The scissors are combined at the bottom. They have that little circular. It looks like shears. It looks like sheep shears. Very similar to sheep shears. I think maybe my allies will go up there and take that. Let's see. I'm waiting to see where they move, because this army is going to go run down here and come back online, and it's probably going to go back over here, and we're going to ping pong back and forth, I think. So let me see here. Okay, so battle 1. So I'll get 16% if I recapture that. That would put us at 60%. Don, good to hear that, man. I'm glad you're getting drunk on my sweet tones. Yeah. So he's going back at this. Alright, well that sucks. That happened quick. Three months. 2 months. Oh, this is Ivar's army. That's what's here. Additional martial perk, okay. Gallant. Ba-boom! It works. It's in. We're there. Coming to the end of our stream here, too. What's up, Richard Olson? Oh, returning from the Varangian Guard, I barely recognize my courtier, Kettlemunder, as he enters my great hall. I am home, host, Kettlemunder bellows. There have been many a time I thought I would never see these shores again, but I am finally back. As strange as it is to see my courtier after all these years, I cannot deny that I'm impressed with his Greek dress, his foreign jewelry, and the heavy coffer he has brought with him. Look at this guy, man. He left, but a POS. Now he is slightly better. So he gains a little bit of everything. And I think, oh, he's vengeful, sadistic, and gregarious. Maybe not the best vassal. Yeah, Jeremy, I mean, Alba can get pretty out of control, but they're pretty well curtailed right now. They're losing they're just allies in that fight. Siege 1 down here. Gotta go over here now. Gotta go do this. Oh, got him right before they could finish that siege. That was clutch. Basti was maimed. No! Come, Jarl Ivar. Surreal upload. We have won the war because of our perk. Details. Damn, man. Peg leg? That's going to drop him quite a bit, down from 17. We shall enforce these demands. We have won this war. Guess he's already considering a proposal. Someone must have ransomed off one of his characters. Yeah, someone... These are... Yeah, so it looks like Ivar took these children. Oh, unpause. Whoops. There we go. So look at that. Iceland is expanded from Iceland now on to Norway. We have our first duchy here too. That we actually... Don't we own this title? Yeah. No. Yes. No. We are going to usurp this though. I think that this is a good call. to usurp this title and take this land. This is such a sick icon too. I mean, the unfortunate thing is, this is going to be really hard to create the Kingdom of Norway. We own 9. Actually, that's not too bad. I think we can get 7 more counties. We look here. Oof. He ate up a whole ton. We could actually make him a target. He's got some allies. What's his total? I mean, we could roll over him. So we would do, if we did this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. That's 5 right there. And if we did this, that's 1, 2. That's 7. And if we did this, that's 8. That's 9. Yeah, we could so next episode we would definitely be able to take out and become Uhtred, King of Norway, and he's only 34, so he's very young in the scope of stuff. So next episode we'll probably take over this land, which doesn't have a necessarily large force. So that'll be really exciting. And we have quite a bit of land to give away, too. Let's see. We're above our domain limit, too. We've got all this to deal with. We will usurp this title before we exit our stream, because it is a really cool title, too. Trondelag? Tronders? Where's that? Okay, guys, let's go ahead and roll these credits. Let's give out some thank yous. This is going to bring our stream to a close today. Oh, we can definitely get up by 50. And look at that. We're going to have definitely going to have a daughter shield maiden soon. Make a shield maiden. Offers Stiora the opportunity to fight in your ranks as a shield maiden. Can serve as a champion or a commander. Might even save you from a murder attempt. Only close family members can be offered to become a shield maiden. Can't wait for that to happen. Yeah, man, a great stream today. Let's go through some of the donations. Give out some big thank yous. Making our way downtown, looking at the recent events and do. Okay. Opening us big, hot, and heavy with a massive $25 donation from Taylor and Annie Rash. Thank you guys both very much. My husband watches you all the time, and I think you deserve this for your great content. Thank you both a ton. Village Idiots dropping a $10 donation and becoming a new member. We have 3 new members of actually I think 4? We have 4 new members today. Village Idiots, Andre, Mark, as well as Consensual Paranoia. Thank all 4 of you for becoming new members of the channel. And Mark, we have a further bunch of donations from you to get into. But Village Idiots dropping that $10 donation. Thank you very much. Edie Sellers and Guinness and Beans, all 3 of you for purchasing the Northern Lords DLC through my Nexus link. Thank you very, very, very much. Brandon Gallimore with a $20 donation, guys. Please go check out his band, Under the Gallows. He's a great dude. Rewinger closing us out right there at the last minute with the 50 Norwegian kronu. The typical Rewinger close-off stream donation. But BPXX, who is, I believe, Mark, with a total... Yeah, a total of $95 in donation plus the membership. Thank you so much, man. Glad to have another history buff on the channel watching alongside. I got my brains all confused. I'm jumbled. And Consensual Paranoia, with on top of the membership, became or on top of becoming a member, did a $5 donation. So thank you guys so much today. You guys were very, very generous. And Jake from State Farm with the $150, and David Danieluk with the $5 donation as well. Miss anyone? I don't think so. Yeah, absolutely, Richard. And also, guys, a huge shout out to the actor who plays as Heston, Jeppe Beck Larson, who came on the stream. I was joking around and I said, man, or he said, you know, the guy that plays Heston is a gamer. I was like, man, could you imagine that if he was watching? I would tell him, thanks for being such a great smarmy asshole as Heston. And then he said, why don't you check your Twitter, bro? And I looked at it and it said that he started following me. And then he said, oh, I am watching, aka Graunoth. That's the name he was using to watch the stream. And so thank you very much too for watching, man. That was awesome. Probably like I'm still like a little starstruck from it. That was so sick. That was so sick. Yeah, YouTube. It was around the 45 minute to an hour mark. I was like, yeah. Man, imagine if Heston was watching. He goes, oh, I'm here. I was like, what do I do? Act normal. I told him, don't tell Alex Draymond that I do a terrible impersonation of him, please. I am going to be taking a break. I'm going to be taking a break right now, Outpost. I'm going to just lay low for a bit. No more uploads this week. We got a stream on Saturday again, so we'll be doing that. Yeah, it was awesome. It was really sick. He was an awesome dude. He was just kind of shooting the shit with us for a little bit, so that was a lot of fun. Dude, but what if he said like, "Hey, I talked to the guys, but the guys. Do you want to be an extra in the show?" I'd be like, yes. Cover me in shit and make me a peasant. I don't care. Someone could kick me in the chest. I'm fine with it. I can tell him I've got my my equity points, even though equity is not SAG. It's a different guild. I was like, I would pay you to let me just get kicked. But have a horse kick me. It doesn't even need to be a character. I could be in the background blurry getting kicked and I'd be fine with it. I think that's always been like a dream of mine, is to be like, okay, everyone would love to be in a show, right? Or everyone would love to be in a movie. Like, oh, I'd love to be like this high profile actor. That would be cool and all, but I want to be the extra who doesn't say anything, but gets to do sword work, which I've got my, certification in both broadsword and rapier. So it'd be fun to just do. Imagine the guy who is a rider of Rohan extra. He didn't have to do shit. He rode a horse. He had badass armor. He was probably under Union. I'm not really sure how the New Zealand laws work. You typically you're attached to the laws of that country you're filming in, and you just rode around, right? Like you probably shot the shit with Viggo Mortensen and so on and so forth. Like that would be so fun. Yeah, exactly. It's non-committal and you get to be there. You don't have lines, you have to worry about messing up. You just kind of have to look gruff in the background. That's all you got to do. Or if a pipe dream for me would be to do fight choreography. Because I used to do that for the Shakespeare festivals that I was a part of. The guy who taught me, he ended up becoming director at the festival and said, well, why don't you do the fight choreography? And since you want to do that. So I got into fight choreography, and that's how I got my certifications. And I was like the weapon master, so I had to maintain all the weapons between every single show. It was a lot of fun. Like that's the stuff I love doing when it comes to acting. I never really liked acting as much. I personally don't think I'm a good actor. I enjoy doing improv. That was my emphasis in my theater degree. A theater degree with an emphasis in improvisational comedy and graphic design. So we both know how those degrees panned out. Actually, I mean, that helps me with this. Pixelated Spartacus getting kicked by a horse. Yeah, dude, just cave my head in. Yeah. No, I don't need to wear a helmet. It's not authentic. Just have that horse right in the teeth. Don't even worry about it. No. You don't even have to call an ambulance. I'm fine here. I'm fine here. I can't move my neck. And I can't feel my feet anymore, but I'm fine. This is good. This is good. Am I in the shot? Was it a good shot? But all right, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Everyone, please wash your hands, stay safe. We'll see you back. Oh, a thespian, I see you. Hector. We'll see you on Saturday for some Bannerlord. Then we'll be back to more of this probably on Tuesday and Thursday. I'm probably going to do Bannerlord on the weekends until we get a little bit further into the patch. I'm not really sure how I'm going to split it up, but I'm really enjoying Northern Lords. This is a really fun campaign, so I'm glad you guys are enjoying it with me. If you are watching this after the fact, I will be editing the front end, so you won't have to watch the intro and everything, just the history time. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Have a good one, and take care. Ross, have a good one, man. Thank you again for your advice. I'll put some Voltaren gel on this bad boy. Play Mountain Blade right now? Goddamn right you are, Thomas. But Rewinger, Outpost, Andrew, YouTube user, Ross, thank you guys all very much. You guys are members of the channel, so I do want to give you your nods. You'll be getting new icons and new emojis soon. Look, Dramada, sounds great, thank you. Late Boy, what's up? How are you? All right, everyone, have a good one and take care.